Hello everyone, it's Kathy Champion and you're back with me here on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. And if you have not subscribed to my channel and you have been watching and you like what I do, please think about subscribing. That helps me so much to grow my channel. And if you will give me a thumbs up if you like what I do, and also if you will leave me a comment. The comments is how I get to know you as a subscriber. I don't know who watches my videos unless you leave me a comment. So I do go back and read all the comments after each video. So if you watch this and you like what I do, please think about doing that. Subscribe. Ring the bell so you can set the notifications, hit that thumbs up like button, and leave me a comment. All those things help me tremendously. As many of you know, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located here in Gastonia, North Carolina, but I can help you with any of your stamping needs no matter where you're at across the United States. So without any further ado, we worked on this card yesterday, and I don't know how y'all liked it, but I think it is spectacular. I love a card that's a little different, and this one is way different. So our twisted gatefold. The only bad thing is we need an envelope. So we are going to work on an envelope today, and I'm just going to go ahead and use a full 12 by 12 inch sheet of paper, and this is the In Good Taste designer series paper. It is currently in the catalog. So I'm just going to bring out my scoreboard. I'm not even going to cut this down. We're going to go with it being 12 by 12. And what I want to do is put it into my scoreboard, and I'm going to use the larger ball on my stylus, because the small one works great for cardstock, but when you're dealing with paper you don't want it to go all the way into that groove, so the larger one will do just that. So we're going to score it at 2 on this side, and then I'm just going to flip it around and we're going to do it at 1.5 on this side. So now I'm going to turn this like so with the 2 inch to the top, and I'm going to bring my card over, and I'm going to put my card like right in the middle, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of space here at the top, but I want it to be kind of in the middle. And then what I want to do is I want to look and see where my score line would be that would come down right beside that card. So I'm going to score that all the way down, just like that, and that's actually 8.5. Then I'm going to come over, I'm going to hold my card in place, and I'm going to come over on this side, and it looks like about 2.5. All the way to the end. So now that we've got our score lines in, I'm going to go ahead and move my scoreboard. And we're going to do some folding. So the first thing I want to do is I want to fold. And you can decide which side of the paper you want. This brick is so pretty. We might use it because I think it might match our card better. So let's fold in that direction. So I'm going to get my bone folder and give that a good varnish. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And this is something that you can do anytime you need a custom envelope. You can easily make one just by laying your card in like this, especially if you've got an odd size card. And some of us have the punch boards that make envelopes. I do. I love mine. I use it quite often, but except when I'm doing A2 size cards, and I just have envelopes for that I order from Stampin' Up! So, and I love those envelopes, they're so neat. Alright, so we have a score line right here. Alright, so now we have got this folded perfectly, and what we need to do is make sure that our card is going to fit right in there, and it does. So we're going to do a little bit of trimming now. So So I'm going to go up on these bottom score lines. This is the 1.5 inches, and I am going to wedge out just to that corner. And then we're going to cut this piece off completely. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to wedge out just a bit and then cut this piece away. And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the same thing on this end. We're going to wedge out. And all you're doing is taking a little bit of that bulk out, so it makes it much easier to fold your envelope and get a nice, clean, neat. So once you get all of your angles cut like that, then your envelope is ready to put together, and it's a very simple process in putting this envelope together. You just want to run some glue along one side, and I'm going to grab my Tombow or my green glue, and let's see, I got a little bit of glue on the end of it. There it goes. And we're just going to run a small amount of glue right down that edge, and then just fold this into it and press it. And I have alcohol wipes because I've got glue on my fingers. Don't y'all hate it when you get glue on your fingers? Alright, so then we're going to take this bottom, this is that 2-inch tab, and we're going to seal it up. So again, I'm going to take my glue, and I am just going to run some glue along here. Like so. And then press that up, sealing it. And so now you have an envelope that your card will slide down in, and it won't crimp it or cramp it or anything. But I want to doll up my envelope a little bit, so I am going to grab my Scalloped contour dies. Let's see if I can find them. Here we go. Love these dies. They're so pretty. They make everything look gorgeous. And I'm going to grab these two right here. And these are the two largest out of that stack. And we are going to grab some paper. And I think I want a piece of Blushing Bride. Let's see if I don't have any big enough, so we're going to have to cut a sheet. That's okay. We'll cut a sheet of Blushing Bride. Oh, wait a minute. I do have a half a sheet. That will work. And I need Highland Heather. So those are my two colors that I want to put on the front. And the reason I'm choosing those colors, I think it's going to look really pretty with this gray, and it will also coordinate with our card. So let me get my Subtles, Highland Heather, and I have a piece of that as well. So that worked out really good. And what I want to do is we're going to do a little bit of die cutting here. So I'm going to open up my machine and grab my plates, and I want to cut a piece of, I think I'm going to go with the larger piece here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off using my scissors. Just like that, and then I'm going to lay this on and run it through my die machine. just like that. And this is going to give us that beautiful scallop piece right there, which is gorgeous. And I'm going to clean my little plate off here because I've got all those little pieces. So I'm just going to rake that in my trash. Better to rake it in my trash than to have it all over everything. And then we'll turn that, and we're going to use the blushing bride, and we're going to do this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut this off so I'll still have a good sized piece of a scrap. And we're going to lay this on, and I like to turn mine at an angle. Anytime I've got a straight edge like that, I like to angle it just a tiny bit. It makes a world of difference in how smooth it goes through your machine without all of the cracking and popping that you would get if you were forcing it through on that straight edge. And here we go. And we have this beautiful piece. And I'll just lay these back on there and put these over here. And that there. All right, now we're ready to put our pieces together. And I want you to see just how gorgeous this is going to look layered up on here like that. And it gives you a beautiful place for you to put your recipient address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue, I'll tell you what, let's glue this one to that one first. Just like this. And then we can glue this to our envelope. I'm going to take the card out so that I have a nice flat place to press this against. And we put the card back in after the fact. So I'm going to fold that under so I can pretty much see where I'm putting this. And this is going to go down right about here. Give that a good press. Now, if you were handing this envelope to someone, I would not suggest putting it like this if you're putting it in the mail. This is going to catch and it's going to rip it and it's going to be a mess when your recipient gets it. But if you're handing this to someone, this is probably one of the best ways to, let me find my ribbon and I'll show you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to use this sheer, this is called sheer ribbon, and this is in the Highland Heather. So I'm going to take an amount and I'm going to bring it right down on this end. I will take about yay much because I'd rather have too much than not enough. And we are going to tie a pretty bow right down here on this end. What a beautiful presentation. So we are going to do a square knot. And what I like to do is I like to grab a pair of reverse tweezers just to be an extra hand for me while I do my bow. So I am going to do this and this and pull that under. Let the tweezers go, and then we're going to tighten this up right like that. And isn't that pretty? So now all we have to do is trim our tails. Just like that, and we got a beautiful envelope. We can slide this down just a little bit. What I would do is put a glue dot up underneath that. So let's grab a glue dot. That way it will hold it in place, and we don't have to worry about it shimmying or moving around or what have you. So I'm just going to go up on my glue dots and grab one glue dot, and I'm going to put this right up underneath that bow and let it attach to the ribbon, and then I'm going to press it. Now that is secure and it's not going anywhere, and what a beautiful envelope for our card. So here is, move my stuff over so we're not getting trying to get all my mess out of the way so I can show you just how beautiful this card is with the envelope. So there is our envelope, and I hope y'all enjoyed the process of watching me make this and how easy it is to custom make an envelope for a card. Just that simple. So you can always adjust your measurements in your piece of paper depending on your card size, and this card is quite a bit different. So there you go. There's the envelope. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this is something that you will try. And as I always say in closing my videos, I just want to share the love of God that's in my heart with all of you. And I always tell you, and this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, think about everything that you do and say to others. It reflects that Christ-like attitude that we should show toward others. So let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Lord and Father in heaven. He is so worthy. Jesus laid down his life for us, and the least that we can do is honor him by letting only goodness shine from us to others. So just remember that saying every time that you open your mouth or you get angry, and we all get angry. It's human nature. So, but think before you speak and let your words honor him. I'll close for now. God bless and keep you. I love you guys so much. Until we craft again. Bye-bye.